Hey, dreamer! Are you tired of being ruled by your emotions? Are your emotions getting in the way of you achieving your hopes and dreams? Well, it's time to take control. Learn strategies to do all this and more right here on the Dreamer to Achiever channel, your channel for the skills, strategies, and encouragement to make your dreams come true. Please be sure to stay to the very end for bonus material. And be sure to click like and subscribe to this channel so you won't miss out on a thing. All right, let's dream. Welcome, dreamer. I'm Ann Welch, a success coach, content creator, and I've been an educator for more than 30 years. My passion is to help dreamers like you achieve their dreams. This video is the second video in a 4-part series on our thoughts, emotions, and actions, how they're all connected and they work together to either propel us towards our dreams or hinder us from getting there. Last video, we talked about how thoughts play a very important role in giving us fuel for our actions, about informing our emotions, and ultimately helping or hindering us with our achievements. This week, we're going to take a deep dive into emotions, and you'll receive some strategies for how to take our emotions and work with them in ways that will truly support you achieving your goals and dreams. Emotions. You can't live with them, you can't live without them. Science fiction writers for decades have been exploring this concept of emotions. They often do it through characters who have limited emotions or who try to suppress their emotions. Take, for example, Mr. Spock from Star Trek. Mr. Spock is a character who likes to keep his emotions under wraps. He rarely likes to display them, let alone acknowledge that he actually has them. Other Star Trek characters, like Commander Data, who is an android, he has no feelings but longs for that emotion. He longs to be more human. And then you have the classic Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde very clearly show the tension between keeping your emotions under control or letting them all loose. It's easy to understand through the amount of efforts that creative people have put into talking about emotions that emotions really are a key part of humanity. They're also key in helping us achieve our goals. It's easy to underestimate the power that emotions have in our lives. But they truly are important, and that's why there's been such a buzz over the last few decades about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to have self-awareness, to know what emotions you're feeling, not only to recognize them, but to be able to label them. Additionally, emotional intelligence involves an understanding of how emotions work and the ability to work with the emotions that you feel. Unfortunately, there are still many people who do not understand emotions. They label them as good emotions or bad emotions. Experts in the field will label them as positive or negative. But truly, emotions are neither. They are simply signals. They alert you about the world around you. They alert you to the world inside you. They alert you to your thoughts. Take, for instance, anger. Anger is an emotion that gives us a signal. It tells us that something is truly bothering us, that it has made us angry or upset. It's important to pay attention to anger when we recognize it. Then there's fear. Fear prompts us to fight or flight. Love is a signal to embrace. Guilt is a signal that maybe there's something that we need to atone for or apologize for. Joy is a signal that there may be something to celebrate, dance to the music. I'm being oversimplistic. Those are just some of the possibilities that these emotions could be alerting you to. It's true that emotions affect our thoughts and our actions. And the stronger the emotion is, the more of an impact on our lives it has. Now that you have a deeper understanding about emotions, let's talk about some strategies not only to boost your self-awareness, but to navigate these emotions. First, there's mindfulness and self-awareness. Mindfulness is a practice of being present in the moment. Now, there are meditations that you can do for a variety of religions that are also sometimes lumped into mindfulness, but the mindfulness that I am talking about is the paying attention to the here and now, taking time to be quiet with yourself and think about what emotions are you feeling? How am I feeling right now? Is the emotion a comfortable one or uncomfortable? How uncomfortable or comfortable is it? These are things that you can, surprise, surprise, journal about. You know I'm big on journaling. Again, mindfulness simply means pausing and reflecting on what you're feeling in that moment. Another strategy is to arm yourself with information, to understand what certain emotions do to your chemistry, to your body, or to your mind. Let's look at anger and fear. If you're experiencing those emotions, then there's an important part of the brain that is shut off, and that is your prefrontal cortex. I like to call that your wizard brain, and I can't remember where I heard that, but it was catchy, and so I hung on to it. What happens is that all your thinking goes to your amygdala, and your amygdala's big purpose is to keep you safe. So the anger or fear is going to result in your fight or flight mode, so to speak. It produces adrenaline. Again, it takes you out of your prefrontal cortex so that you're more apt to act impulsively. One way to get around this is to recognize that you are angry or that you're experiencing fear. And if it's possible to take a step back from the situation, that may not always be possible, but if it is, take a step back. And then start using your brain. Say to yourself, what am I experiencing right now? Oh, yeah, it's anger. It's going to sound silly, but just labeling the emotion in your brain starts to bring your thinking back to your prefrontal cortex. You can also try counting. Anything that will get you thinking again with your prefrontal cortex. That is the part of your brain that is responsible for your good decision making. So if good decisions are on the line, it's best to start using the front part of your brain. Other emotions can release chemicals that tend to cloud your brain, especially when they're really strong. So it's important to note when you are thinking clearly and when you're not. Again, those strategies or activities that I told you about that put you back into your prefrontal cortex, those are going to be key. Now, there are some emotions that work really well as fuel. Fuel for your motivation. Fuel for your continuing to move forward. Fuel for your success. Feelings like passion, determination, enthusiasm, and hope. Those all provide excellent fuel for our dreams. Something that you can do to encourage your emotions to be stirred is celebrating. Celebrate each small win that you have. As you celebrate these small wins, you'll build up that desire, that passion, that drive to have more wins. We've covered a lot of information today. I hope you found it helpful. Now it's time to turn to our bonus material. I want to share with you an example of how emotions can work to get in the way of what we want to accomplish, and talk about the ways that I fought those emotions on this very day. This morning, I received some feedback on the way that I was going about trying to launch a course in the fall. The course is great. My launch, not so much. The feedback that I received was very specific, very extensive, and it left me feeling a little defeated. I recognized that I was being pulled deeper into that emotion. And I did not want to stay there. I wanted to record this video. I wanted to keep up with my content creation, to keep providing you with more information and strategies so that you can experience success. But the emotions were dragging me down. So what I chose to do was do something that I enjoy. You all know what a fan I am of science fiction. I watched Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and that lifted my spirits. It cheered me up. It also distracted me from the negative thinking that was going along with those emotions. And here I am creating this video and moving forward. I hope this tip was helpful. Please like and subscribe to my video. They really do help. I want your help. And please leave in the comments any ideas that you have for future content or questions that you want to ask me. I truly want to hear from you. Until then, keep on dreaming. Bye for now.